currently going through an identity shift, and I'm hoping that this documentation or me documenting this will help someone else who's possibly going through something similar. So I've been working really hard at building a business and have had some successes, but also not gotten to a place where I'm happy with where things are at. I have not accomplished my goals. I had a pretty aggressive goal, wanted to have about $25 million out in loans. Then that goal came down to $10 million out in loans by the end of this year. And I'm probably at 1/10 of that at this moment. And I've been putting in a ton of work, but for whatever reason, I'm just not getting the results that I really had hoped for. So I've spent a lot of time actually just reflecting and trying to figure out what is it I'm missing, because over the past few weeks, I've seen a lot of videos, or not even weeks, maybe months, just seen a lot of videos about manifesting the life that you want and manifesting the fact that you reach or accomplish your goals. And I've actually known about this or have heard about this concept for years now. I think ever since I had read The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. And it's something that I've really tried. I've tried writing things down, probably not consecutively enough. I think the most I did it was like for a month, and I don't know if that was enough. But I started reading The Millionaire Mindset, and that has really changed how I understand this whole view of manifesting. Because, when you say I want to make $1 million a year, and you say I make $1 million a year, I have run $1 million business, whatever it is, there's always that doubt in your mind that it's like you don't. It's not true. You can try to trick your mind into thinking that, and your mind is pretty strong. So one of the biggest takeaways that I think I'm only a couple of chapters into this book called The Millionaire Mindset. It basically, so far, the basic underlying message that I've gotten has been, or that I've understood has been, you have to change who you were to become who you want to be. When I say that out loud, it sounds kind of dumb, but let's just say the goal is to build $1 million business, but my entire career has been working for someone else, building someone else's business, whether that's in consulting or accounting. But I had a ceiling. Like, this is the amount of money that I was able to make a year. And then when I was making all that money, I was doing very well, but the way that I was deploying the money wasn't exactly aligned with what my goals were. Instead of going out and building an active business, I was trying to build passive income by going out and buying rental properties, which turns out it's not passive, and it's not consistent cash flow either. You don't buy rental properties to quit your job. You buy rental properties because you want to park money somewhere. It's your savings account, essentially. So it's been a pretty big struggle the past couple of weeks, because I feel like I've been putting in almost 5 years of work now. 5 years of work now, and I still don't have a sustainable business that has consistent cash flow or some type of predictable cash flow. So I started listening to this book. I think it was in my wish list. I don't even know where it came from, but the message, as I understand it, is you have to destroy the old you to be deserving and worthy to accomplish these goals that the old you would not be able to handle or have the skills to make a reality. So because of that, I've realized the number of limiting beliefs that I've imposed on myself that have really hurt me more than helped me. One of them is imposter syndrome. I know that's something that you'll never get over, and it's a constant battle, but I've always been feeling like I have not really accomplished a ton because I haven't achieved my goals. I haven't achieved what I set out to do. Now, the problem with that is it's constantly a moving target. My goal was to leave my job and do this full time. I've done it. I've done it for over a year, but I don't look at that as an accomplishment. I look at it as, I don't know. I think however it was that I view it, it just happened. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I did not do it the way that I had hoped I would do it. I did not have a clear path of success afterwards. I just decided it was time to figure it out, and that's what I did. But if you had asked me 5 years ago, would I be proud of the fact that I left my job? Then I would say, yeah. If you asked me 5 years ago, would you take advice from your future self who has been out there building his own business for the past year and a half? The answer would be yes. Sometimes we take our own experience and we don't give ourselves enough credit. that identity shift number one. Identity shift number two is when I was making good money in consulting, I was okay with maybe spending a little bit more on renovations or maybe getting charged a little bit more for certain things because I viewed it as I'm paying to learn, I'm paying for education. And I feel like I've taken that mentality and have just held on to it up until now. And again, that's hurt me more than helped me. I've learned a ton. I've learned a lot. I've had a lot of experiences. I've been able to try a lot of different things, but most of them have not made money. And I would argue that the only reason why I made money in real estate is because I just happened to get in at the right time. But now that changes because I am no longer okay with paying for education. Now my identity has shifted to I now get paid for my expertise. I've put in a ton of work, hours and hours, days, weeks of listening to audiobooks, videos, just consuming information and then going out there and taking action. Again, with the me 5 years ago, want to listen to what me today has to say. And I think the answer is yes. So there is value in what I've been able to do, what I've done. Has it been pretty? It's been a lot of chaos and messiness that I'm still cleaning up. I've really believed that I've gotten to a point where I have accumulated enough skills and experience to be paid for my experience and skills. And I'm no longer in the rookie phase where I'm okay to pay for education. The last identity shift I'm currently going through is, again, changing my relationship with money. Last year, I went through it. This year, it's happening again. I think the biggest shift has been or is the fact that money has always been a negative thing. Why do you need so much money? Growing up and even now, like, why do you need so much? You're making good money now, or you were. Why do you need? You need it. And my answer is, I don't need it, but I want it. Not because I'm obsessed with money, but because I see it as a tool. The more tools you have, the more things you can do. You can have a lot more options available to you. I look at it like if you have $1,000 in the bank versus $1 million in the bank and your car breaks down, what are your options if you only have $1,000 in the bank? Fix your car. What if your car is not safe? What if you can't fix it for $1,000? Versus if you have $1 million in the bank, what are your options? You can fix your car. You can go out and get a new one. And not only can you go out and get a new one, but you can choose one that aligns best with what it is that you're looking for. In my case, it would be what's best for my family, what's safe, what's convenient for my family. And so being okay with saying that I want lots of money is a huge identity shift because, again, money is worthless. It's just a tool that someone arbitrarily says it has value or just numbers on a screen. But I think these three identity shifts have been, or these three mindset shifts have been a lot of what's been missing in, or has been holding me back in my pursuit to achieve my goals. Hopefully this was helpful, and I appreciate you watching.